Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this week's Impact Magazine Sweat Across Canada workout. I'll be leading the workout today. My name is Geoff Starling. We're going to give this a few minutes to kind of spool up, let everyone sort of join in and say hi, and I'll go through the workout for today. Excellent, already seeing some Calgary in the house. I'm in Calgary as well, over in Inglewood. Throw up in the comments where you're coming in from. It's always good to see this time of the morning. You know, we're pretty early on the East Coast, a little bit later on the West Coast. We're right smack in the middle here, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard. Let me know. I've got some tunes going in the background. If they're too loud, you can't hear me, let me know. I'll turn them down. I try to keep them kind of low, but still something in the background. As you can see, I'm in my garage today. Normally I'd be in a bigger gym. Pros and cons to each. The nice part about being in your own garage, it's your own playlist. It's your music. In terms of music today, I got some hopefully stuff that'll pass under the radar for some copyright on YouTube. I know they kind of kick you off if there's copyright stuff, so it's kind of some generic like boom bap 90s hip hop. That's what I grew up on, so that's what you're going to hear in the background. That's what's usually cranking in the gym when I'm here by myself. No pressure, but my wife just joined from the house, so she's keeping an eye out. That's why I come to the garage. Crank the tunes, have a sweat. You're gonna see lots of tools back here. We got barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, strongman, and powerlifting implements. Today's gonna be full body weight only. So zero equipment. We are gonna use a bench. If you have a bench or a box or something like that to use, grab that now. Otherwise, if you're okay getting up and down from the ground, you can do all this from the floor. I'll do 2 rounds of the workout once we get into it. First one is going to be elevated for those who aren't comfortable getting up and down from the ground. I'll kind of explain that later. Second round is going to be sort of full impact from the ground. But if you don't have a bench or don't have anything raised up to be on, you can do everything from the ground if you're okay to go up and down from the ground. Quick sound check for everyone. You can hear me okay, you can see me okay, video quality's good, background music isn't too loud. Just give me a thumbs up if everything's looking good, sounding good. I was gonna give it awesome. Thanks guys, appreciate it. Okay, thanks all for being on time. We're like 9:04. We're gonna get to 9:05 so we really get into it. I got some sponsors to thank, so I'll make sure that everyone's kind of in here and ready to go before we do that. So I saw Calgary's in the house. Where's everyone else from? Any early birds there on the East Coast? All right, I think that's good. We're gonna get started. So good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining. This is Impact Mag Canada's Sweat Across Canada. I think we're on like week 36, which is, I mean, it's fantastic. We've been able to keep this going for so long. I'm honored to be invited to host today. I was one of the nominees for Canada's Top Trainer this year. Thanks to everyone who nominated and sponsored for that. Today's workout itself is brought to us by 7 Summit Snacks. I have a couple of their tasty products over here. So these are dark chocolate-based energy products. So this is 2 founders. They're up in Edmonton. They were endurance athletes and kind of sick of like the the gel packs and the sort of very high sort of sugar and gloopy stuff. So they want something that would provide the same kick, but in just a tastier, kind of tidier product. So they came up with 7 Summit snacks. I picked these up from Blush Lane over in Bridgeland. I have them at Marteloup as well. I had a little sampling last night and again this morning just to kind of make sure things were ticking along well. And man, these are tasty. With 65% Peruvian dark chocolate with, what are the additives? We got, sorry, golden berries and cacao nibs and goji berries and some Himalayan rock salt. Like, these are yummy. Pizza gel pack any day. And again, yeah, thanks to Impact Mag for keeping these going over the lockdown. As you can see, I'm in my garage gym today. It was kind of pieced together to survive the summer. Summer became full now into winter, and looking like being here for probably 2021 as well. When I'm not here, I'm over at the YW hub over in Inglewood. Beautiful facility over there. They're obviously in lockdown right now as well. Hopefully be back there in the new year. Highly encourage you to go check that place out. It's kind of a hidden gem back here, Inglewood, kind of inner city in Calgary. The workout today is going to be in kind of 3 sections. We'll start with a full body warm up, kind of a joint by joint approach, and then we'll go into just some fundamental movement patterns. So the workout's going to include some squatting, some hinging, some sort of face down stuff, some face up stuff. You'll notice I take things quite slowly, very kind of deliberate. Most of the folks we work with are living in larger bodies and are in some way or other sort of movement impaired. So we really hammer on the fundamentals. You'll notice I use a bench for the start of the workout. Some of us are totally fine going up and down from the ground, kneeling, lying down. Others not so much. So I'm going to start elevated. If you're doing this at home and you're not comfortable going up and down from the ground, I encourage you to find a sofa or a bed or something where you can be on your hands and knees. If you're totally okay to be on your hands and knees, then head down to the floor once we do the warm-up and get into that kind of third round. So the workout itself, we'll do 2 rounds, 5 reps per exercise, and kind of go at your own pace. If anything doesn't feel awesome on the way, just pause that one. You'll pick up on the next sequence. It'll kind of flow together. You'll kind of see where it goes. So we're going to start with the warm-up, just being aware of time. We got a fair bit to get through. So we're going to start with some knee hugs. And again, if anything here just doesn't feel super awesome, pause, wait for the next one. Sometimes on the one leg doesn't work too great. So we're going to go just some kind of standing march, looking for the knees. And then we're going to give the knee a bit of a squeeze to the chest. And then we're going to give that knee a kind of a push into the hands. So that'll stretch out between the shoulder blades. And we'll just do some rotations on the ankles from inside to outside. Just waking up everything. You notice we're a little earlier in the morning today. These are usually around kind of lunchtime. I've been up since 6, so it's already 3 hours into the day for me. Sorry, again, those on the East Coast. We're gonna switch sides. So as you do this, kind of push into the hands. Opposite direction rotation with the ankles. So kind of push into the hands rather than squeeze to the chest. Rotating sort of foot and ankle from the inside to the outside. Lovely. Now everyone's favorite. Now we're going to do kind of a reach for the floor. I like this one. We go heel down, toes up. Think of kind of running your hand down the back of your leg towards your ankle and then off from your toes. Down the back of the leg, behind the knee, ankle and toe. I always say look for the knee, ankle and toes. You won't always get down there, especially in the morning. But the nice thing about these, you do a few on either side, you kind of feel the back of the leg start to wake up, all the way through the low back, shoulders, head and neck. I'll just do a couple from the sides so you can kind of see where we're going with these. So heel down, toe up, back of the leg. I'm being very gentle with my sound effects today. Usually there's a lot of, especially first thing in the morning as you kind of get your head below your shoulders. reach. And a reach. Okay, so lower body starting to move around, shake it out. Now we're gonna go fingertip to fingertip and palm forward just to stretch out the forearms. We'll do a fair bit of work with being on our hands today, so some sort of push-up and plank type positions. So good to get the wrists, hands, and forearms warmed up. Some people just get this straight away. Some people it takes a couple of goes. Think of kind of fingertip to fingertip. And then once you got that, push the hand forward from the side. We're kind of here. One more other side, fingertip to fingertip, palm forward, stretching out the shoulder at the same time. If you kind of push forward from the shoulder, switching sides again. Fantastic. Now to keep that going, we're gonna go big bear hug. We're gonna be big stretch out to the side. Once we're there, I hope you can see my hands from here. We're gonna reach back with the fingertips, like get really, really, really open. And then from there, we're gonna give ourselves a nice big hug. We're gonna turn to the side. So lead from the shoulder, finish with the head, kind of looking over your shoulder. Back out again, big reach back with the fingertips, big open wide hug. We're gonna rotate over top, big squeeze, and turn to the side. 4 of each of these, 2 on each side. Nice big stretch out to the side, big hug. Drawing all the energy from the room, get you ready for your workout. Big hug, big turn, looking over the shoulder. Always want to be very gentle when we're rotating the spine. At the same time, we do kind of do that in the day, so we do need to be a little bit prepared for it. If you can coordinate, alternate the top hand, turn from the shoulder first. Finish with the chin. Really nice. Our last one, and this is the real kind of wake up. Legs straight, knees soft. We're gonna head all the way down to the ground. So think of kind of peeling down from your chin, rounding your spine down, heading down to the floor. A couple of seconds down there just to kind of wiggle things out, wiggle the toes around. We're gonna run the hands right up the middle of the shirt. We call this one the belly button. Usually out it comes. Big stretch up. Shoulders are okay. Push out to the side, make a big circle. Again, 4 of these. 1 down, 3 to go. Down to the floor. Nice big stretch up. Reach, 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 reach. Palms to the ceiling. Press, 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 press. And pushing out to the side. Nice big circles. Chin to the chest. We got 2 down, 2 to go. Kind of looking between your knees, looking behind you. This one's okay to round your spine out. Again, we usually keep the spine nice and flat. However, during the course of the day, we do also sort of bend the spine. So good to get used to that as well when it's gentle in the warm-up. Last one. Nice, run up the front. Press, 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 press. Big push out to the sides. Lovely, just gonna roll the shoulders out. Should be feeling nice and loose now all the way from the toes to the fingertips, back of the head and the neck. So like I said, we're gonna go through a couple of the kind of movement patterns that we tend to use every day, regardless of the type of exercise we do. Some of us do these really well, others need a bit of fine tuning, so I always start with the patterns. Before I do that, I just need to say later on there will be a giveaway for the 7 Summit snacks. So stay tuned to the end and I'll give you the details on how to register for that. So first pattern is going to be the squat. We always start with the squat because hey, no matter what we what we do, where we are, we always have to squat in a day. So we're going to start with a hinge type squat, nice and tall in the chest. Hands usually go out in front for this one. We're going to sit back on the hips and stand. I'm using the bench behind me as a target. Ideally something around kind of knee height, usually around sort of 18 inches. For most of us, I'm 6'1" and this works for me. Others are, I want a slightly lower, so like a chair, like a dining chair works really well. Sometimes an ottoman's around that same height, really just a target. So if you were to watch that from the side, I'll do it without the target. Shoulders back and down, chest nice and tall. We're gonna pull back and stand. We're doing 10 of these for our warm-up. So we've done our kind of gentle joint by joint warm-up. Now we're going into some deeper patterns. If the hands are okay in front, you can do either hands on the hips sometimes kind of hands to the side. If you really want to go for it, hands behind the head, gets everything kind of warmed up. 8, 9, let's go one more. We've already done a bit of hinging in the warm-up. We're going to keep going with that hinge pattern. So feet stay the same, chest up nice and tall, shoulders back and down. We kind of call this a waiter bow sometimes. So we're going to run the hands down the thighs and straighter in the leg, nice and high in the hip, nice and flat in the back. Think of pushing down into the ground to stand up. So you're going to pull back on your hip. The byproduct of pulling back on your hip is that your torso will lower. So don't pull your shoulders to the floor or that will round your back. But push your hip back, 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 legs straight. Allow your knees to bend enough to facilitate that hip hinging back. Again, 10 of these for this phase 2 of the warm-up. That's our 5. Our 6. Some people like to look straight ahead as a target. I like to look about my height in front of me. I think if I had a full-length shadow, I'm going to look myself in the eyes. Keeps the spine nice and straight, the head level. 8, 9, let's go one more of these, and 10. Okay, so that's our squat and a hinge. We use that quite a lot in our workout and in other movements too. Then we're going to do a press. Again, often a movement people struggle with. I'll show it from the side to start. So if we think of, show it from the front. If you make kind of a pyramid with the hands and then pull the hands apart. So palms are facing each other. It's a straight line from your wrist through your elbow, kind of along your torso. And then think of kind of pulling a band apart or pulling the hands apart to make more of a V. And press and return. Press and return. Everything for 10 reps in the warm-up. The hands will want to kind of gravitate towards each other again. Separate the magnet, pull them apart, press and return. 3, 4, 5, good. 6, this should really burn between the shoulder blades. We want to get that pressure away from the head and the neck. Oftentimes pressing, we see this kind of clenching up here. We spend enough time there already in the day. Life's stressful enough. For head, neck, and shoulders, pull the hands apart, palms facing. Really kind of drop anchor between the shoulder blades and press. You go 9, we're gonna go one more of these for 10. Fantastic. Our next one's gonna be our step back. So lots of movement around the hip. We've already done some kind of reach up in front. Now we're gonna reach back behind. So if I step a little bit forward, we're gonna step back and up, back, and back, and back, and back, as far back as you can step. Don't worry about the lunge part, just the step. Get used to that leg traveling behind you. If you want hands on the hips for support, hands out in front. Important to stay tall, trying to look at the ground and collapsing the torso, nice and tall, facing forward, stepping back, stepping back. Sometimes both hands help us to keep balance. So for some folks who are already quite athletic, this may seem a little simple, a little easy, but it's we promote exercise for everyone. We say we create pathways to better health for folks living in bodies of all sizes, ages, and abilities. And overall, this is a very underserved market. So when I started in the industry, I was getting fit people, already fit people more fit, and there was enough other trainers out there for those folks. So I went out to the people who would never in their life think of finding a trainer, and I went, there's a solution for you here too. No matter what you see on the posters, no matter what you see on the ads, fit people already in gyms. Gyms are terrifying places for a lot of people, and exercise in general. So I kind of lead the way, say, no, not everyone's like that. There's good folks out here too that can come in and help you from that kind of 0 to 2 level, all the way up to a 5 and a 6. So we're gonna get into the workout now. We're all nice and warmed up. Like I said, the first one's gonna be a very sort of accessible version. There's 9 movements in the flow. I'm just gonna kind of go through it. I'll chat as we go. We're gonna start with the cat-cow. I'm on a wide bench here, so I'm gonna grip the bench. Knees are on the side, pulling the chin to the chest. Shoulders back and down and reaching forward. Chin to the chest and stretch. Shoulders back and down and pressing forward. 5 reps of every movement today. 3. Again, if you don't have a bench or you're okay on the ground, just head down to the ground. 4, nice stretch through the spine. Shoulders back and down, big press forward. We're gonna go from here into a plank. So from this hands and knees position, we're gonna step back with the feet, make that nice straight line, shoulder, hip, down into knee. We're just gonna hold that plank. If you're okay to do a push-up, this is the time. Elbows stay nice and close to the torso. If push-ups aren't an option, just hold the plank as long as you can. We're gonna go 3, 4, 5 on the push-up if you can get there. Now we're gonna do a renegade row variation. From here, we're gonna go tap the shoulder, tap the shoulder, tap the shoulder. 3, 4, 5. We're doing 10 of this, 5 per side. 6. Trying to let your hip bob to the side. 7, 8. Okay, so we're gonna flip over onto our back. This is gonna be for our dead bug pattern. So again, I'm doing it on the bench. If you just have the floor, go for the floor. Big one for the dead bug. Spine goes flat, push down hard into the bench. From here, if you can manage both legs up, go for it. If not, both legs on the floor is fine or up on the bench. Let's press our hands up to the sky. So think palms facing each other, middle finger to the sky, thumb back. Press that spine down flat, 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 flat into the floor. And if we can, both legs up. And just a hold here. For a lot of folks, this is as hard as it needs to be. If this is not quite enough challenge for you, we can start with some arm drops. Think of your thumb going back to the floor and return. Thumb to the floor and return. Thumb to the floor and return. If that's okay, we're going to stay with the legs. Press the heel out, pull the toe in and return. Press the heel, return. Now we got all the legs and the arms set in. Now let's try both at the same time. So we're going to go thumb down, heel out, and return. Thumb down, heel out, and return. We're going to do all 5 of these per side. That's 2. Keep that spine down flat, flat, flat into the bench. 3, 4. Man, I'm pretty well trained and these are tough. To do them well. Nice. Okay. Feet down, same position, nothing changes. That's why it's kind of a flow sequence. Hands on the hips and press up into a bridge. 10 of these. 1, 2. Drawing the air in and out through your nose. As one of my coaches once said, your nose is for breathing, your mouth is for eating. Use them accordingly. Wherever possible, breathing in and out through the nose. Big squeeze up top. So you can pulling your cheeks together, driving your hip right up into the ceiling. 8. If you want to bring the hands up, make it a little more challenging. 9. 10 is good. Okay, from here we're going to do a rolling sit-up. It's a little awkward on a narrow bench. If you're on a bed, we'll do a slightly different way. We're going to go one hand up to the sky. Other hand is going to trace along your leg. Deep breath in. As you exhale, just pull the top of your chest, like the top of your sternum, up, and then run your hand up your leg. 5 per side, starting on your stronger side. Deep breath in to brace. Exhale and reach. Reaching up with this hand. 4, 5. Switch hands. Run the hand up the leg. 1. Short, tight. Spine supported. Again, if you're on the ground, press the spine down. Flat, 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 flat. And 5 on here. Lovely. So now we're going to sit up. We're going to rotate around into a figure 4 position. Again, if you're sitting, we can do this on the bench. We're just going to tuck one leg on top of the other knee, and then from here we're going to turn to the side and just kind of reach down to the side and return. Reach over to the front, then return. Reach over to this side and return. Often hitting those obliques when you're in a larger body is tough because that side bending is hard work. So we're going to switch the legs over now. We're going to reach to the side. We're going to reach in front. Reach to the side. It's a pretty big pattern. This one, we're just going to do 2 on each side for this first one. And I'll show you a progression for this as we get into that second round. 1. Getting pretty tight on time here, so we're going to have to kind of punch through the second one. And switch sides. Out to the side again. Bend, fold, front, and to the side. Our last 2 in this pattern with the bench or the block or the chair or something for support. Feet are kind of hip width where we did our squat at the very start. And from here we're going to reach for hands towards the ground and then pull back till you're sitting on the bench or the chair or the box. Straight legs and then stand. So sometimes we call this a frog squat. So you're kind of going down, knees out, chest up, ribbit, hip, and stand. 2, out, and stand. 3, down, hip, straight, and stand, down, hip. If you don't have a bench, you don't need one, go as low as you can. Get nice and deep. Use the hands on the ground as an anchor to pull your hip down and drive your chest forward. Touch, pull, straight and tall. And 10 reps. Down, straight and up. Down, pull, straight and up. We're at 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Last movement in this sequence. So keep the same feet. This time we're going to go hands across the chest. Think of this more like the hinge movement. So we're going to go hip back, down, 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 down. Kind of that waiter bow down towards the ground. And then we're going to stand, and from here we're actually going to do a big arch backwards. So think of hip forward, shoulders back and down, chest up. Hands across the chest, pulling back on the hip. Legs are nice and straight, back is super flat. Stand, 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 stand. Hip forward, back arch. And reach. Just 5 of these to finish. I'll show it from the side. Hands across the chest, flat, back, flat. Pull, 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 pull. Stand. And reach, kind of like our warm-up, but without the hands. I want a deeper stretch with a flat back. Straight, arch. Reach right up, last one. Hip goes back, legs are nice and straight. Stand. And press. All right, to be respectful of time, we're getting right on 9:30 here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do kind of a kind of pre-wrap up, and then I'll do a second round of this from the floor, kind of as a bonus round for those who can stick around. But before I go, I just want to make sure I thank Impact Magazine and the Sweat Across Canada initiative. It's been great to have some workouts every week, different trainers, different experts from around Canada being pumped into your home, pumped into your workplace. What a gift for all of us in what has been one heck of a year. Thanks again also to 7 Summit Snacks. So for the giveaway, what I'll need you to do is, make sure I get this right, and we all have notes, right? So what you need to do is, tag a friend in the comments, either on this video or in a future announcement for an upcoming Sweat Across Canada event. If you tag a friend in that automatically puts you into the draw to win a prize pack from 7 Summit Snacks. And like I said, these things are tasty, tasty, tasty. It's like a really high quality chocolate bar that also has a little energy kick in it too. Very clean, very natural, and homegrown. So this is an Alberta-based company. If we're shopping local this season, then this is exactly where you need to go. Again, my name is Geoff Starling. As you can see, I run Everybody Stronger, where we create pathways to better health for folks living in bodies of all sizes, ages, and abilities. Give us a like and a follow at Everybody Stronger. If you have any questions, email me at Geoff@everybodystronger.com or info. It's Geoff with a G, so we usually say info because people can't misspell that as much as Geoff. Even in Canada, we still get G's and the J's mixed up. So, again, for those who need to sign off now, it's been great having you. Thanks for coming. For those who can stick around, we're gonna do one more bonus round, a little faster, a little more intense, really get that sweat going, be true to the name of Sweat Across Canada. Hope you can stick around. We're gonna get into that right now. No bench on this one, straight from the floor, full contact. Make sure I get the sequence. All right. So we start with our cat-cow. Now we're only gonna do a few of these because we already did it in the first round. Doesn't have to be every time. Down to the ground, chin to the chest and stretch. Shoulders back and down and press. That's 1. In and up is 2. Back and down is 2. Up. And back. Really feel that separation on the shoulders. Really push into the ground. You're a big, strong cow. Like I said, sound effects, my garage, my soundtrack. Let's do it. Push. Awesome. From here, we're gonna head back into a plank. I'm gonna demo from the knees. If you want to do your plank from the toes, you go for it. Again, hold the plank. If the plank is okay from the knees, go to the toes. Toes are okay. Let's go 5 on the push-up. 1. Elbows in nice and tight, head to the floor. Go on your hip. To be the last thing to touch, first thing to leave the ground. These get tough, knees down, nothing else changes. 4. Shoulders back and down. Nice and tight. Let's leave the knees down for the renegade row. From here now, we're going to touch hand to the ribs and return. 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 That's 2. And return. That's 3. See, my hip isn't moving at all? Hopefully it's not. 4. We just want to avoid this dip. And roll. 1 more. And 5. Awesome. We're going to switch straight over into our dead bug. Yeah, see me okay? So this one again, spine down, flat, 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 flat. Press down, knees up. Toes and heels. Press the fingers up to the sky. And straight into reach. And return. 5 per side. 2. 3. 4. Press, 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 press. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10 on here. Heels down, hip bridge. Press. This one doing the full 10. 2. 3. 4. Big press, big press. 5. If you have a weight or a dumbbell on the hip, 6. Press. 7. We're gonna hold a kettlebell in the hands. 8. 9. And 10. Now the rolling sit-up. This is the one we're gonna do in that first set. A little easier from the floor. One leg goes straight, other arm goes down. Like I said, it's a flow. We're gonna roll, press, and reach. This hand stays, middle finger to the sky, roll, press, and reach. All this stuff stays down. It's a push down to go up exercise. You may have seen this as a Turkish get-up. It's the first phase, and a very gentle on the spine, but very effective on the trunk way to do some sit-ups. Get that whole transverse section working. Palm to the floor, leg goes straight, heel down, and inhale to brace. Roll and press. Roll and press. That's 2, 5 per side. 3, inhale to brace. Exhale. 4, in and out through the nose if you can. And remember 5 in the rolling sit-up. Okay, so now we're gonna do that 90-90. You see the legs here? Good. So we're gonna start. Gonna go knee, foot, and then, sorry, and you go the other way. From here, we're gonna push down and press up into another bridge. Pull back on the hip, roll to the other side. Hip stays pinned down, push and press. Lots of movement for the back of the legs. We spend far too much time sitting and folded over at the hip. And press. Like I said, bonus round, no holds barred. We're just going into it, going hard. If you need support from the hands, go for that. Press. Press. One more for good luck. Press. So nice to get that deep movement in the hip and a big press. From here, then we're going into our front squat. Feet go kind of wide for this one. Hands all the way to the ground. Use the floor as an anchor. Pull your knees apart, chest up, push, 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 tall. Legs go straight and stand. Hands down, hip down, knees out, big tall chest. Legs go straight and stand. Hands go down, knees out, hip down. Now progression from here. Hands go up, stand. Hands go down, knees out, hip down, chest up. Hands up, stand. Hands, knees, hips, hands, up. Hands, hip, knees, stand. We're gonna do a couple more of these. Like I said, bonus round. We're just gonna get into it. Way over time. Okay, I'll be quick. Push, press, stand, knees, hip, hands, and stand. Awesome. Our last one's gonna be that waiter bow to finish. Same feet, I'll just demo this one from the side as we finish. Back flat on this one, touch, reach, and press. Really reach back with the hands. You know, we spend too much time folded over. It's a really good skill to learn how to arch and reach back. Nice and flat in the back. That's our 3, 7 reps left for the whole workout. 4, 5. Doesn't feel like much the first time. By the second time, third time, fourth time if you're doing rounds, back flat, you'll be cooked. Head to toe, calves, thighs, hips, midsection, front of the legs, back of the legs, shoulders, chest, back, and all with zero equipment. In the comfort of your home, wherever you work out. And when you lose count, do one more. Golden rule. And reach. Like I said, I'm a pretty fit guy. I'm working. All right, that was the bonus round. Thanks everyone who could stick around. Don't forget to follow Impact Magazine, 7 Summit Snacks. We're gonna keep going with these Sweat Across Canada workouts. until we don't have to anymore. Let's see what 2021 brings. All right, thanks everyone for joining. Questions, comments, or anything, leave them in the post here. And then again, tag a friend in the comments to go into the draw for that pack of Summit snacks. Make sure I didn't miss anything here. We are good. Thanks everybody. Have a fantastic day. Good rest of the week and a great weekend. And we'll see you shortly. Cheers.